Welcome, job seekers, to the Michigan Hired Podcast. I am your host, CJ Easton, the job doctor, and we are excited because in Michigan, we have another great company right in the great state of Michigan that is hiring, and that great company is New Oakland Family Centers. I want you to get your pen and paper handy because we are joined today by Joey Ryan. She is a recruiter with New Oakland Family Centers. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on the Michigan Hired Podcast. Job seekers, this is a great company, and we're going to get into all of the great details about this position or the positions that you have available at New Oakland Family Centers. But for people that are not familiar with New Oakland Family Centers, can you tell us a little bit about your company?
Absolutely. We are a mental health organization known for working with highly acute consumers, providing psychiatric care. We offer a variety of different programs, and we have 17 different locations across the state of Michigan.
That is exciting. Well, this is even better. You have 17 locations that individuals can choose from. So that's across the state of Michigan. So this is not just for someone that's in the Metro Detroit area, but you have opportunities in a variety of different parts of the Michigan area. So let's talk about if a person was looking to apply right this moment with New Oakland Family Centers, exactly how would they do so right now?
They can check out our website, which is newoakland.org. They'll find a full comprehensive list of all of our employment opportunities separated by different programs and location, and they can just click to apply right there, and then we will reach out to connect with them.
Well, this is great. Now, I understand that you have three positions that are available at this moment. What are those three positions that you have available?
So, right now for clinical therapists, we are looking for intensive crisis stabilization therapists. They work primarily in the community, providing crisis intervention services. We do have a 24/7 crisis line that anybody can call at any time, and these therapists who will deploy into the community. We also do have a very high need to fill outpatient clinical therapist roles, which is maintaining an outpatient caseload and providing that individual care. Additionally, we have a partial hospitalization program, which is just like an intensive day program for consumers. And these therapists primarily provide group therapy. So, yeah.
That is exciting. Well, three very important positions that we definitely need in the community right this moment. Now, there is a pay range that you have available for each one of those positions. Our viewers are always interested in the money. They want to know how much money can they make at these positions. What is the pay range for those positions?
So the pay range can really vary on a number of different things, like the clinical license type, experience in the field, the program, and the schedule that they work in. But generally speaking, candidates will find on our website salaries actually posted, and they typically do range a starting amount from about $50,000 to $60,000 a year. Additionally, our contractual therapists earn a fee split. So the amount that they could earn, there's really no limit to it. We do see that people end up taking home around $80,000 to $100,000 a year if they are working in a full-time capacity in a contractual role, which is the outpatient clinical therapist position.
I can guarantee you right this moment there is someone that's watching this podcast and they've said to themselves 80 to 100,000 a year. I want to apply right this moment, but more importantly, I would like to reach out to Miss Joey Ryan right this moment. Joey, how can an individual that is very qualified for these three positions, how can they apply directly right this moment and reach you?
They can reach out to me directly at my email, which is jryan@newoakland.org, and I would welcome that and the opportunity to connect with them.
And now I understand that you also have a sign on bonus as well. Many companies right here in the state of Michigan, viewers, are offering sign on bonuses because they want the very best candidates, but they want you to apply right this moment. What is your sign on bonus that you have available?
Absolutely. So we do have sign-on bonuses available for qualified candidates. It comes with a commitment to the organization. Maybe they wanted to commit to 1 year with the company, and they could typically earn a $2,500 sign-on bonus.
Mhm.
If they were looking to make a longer commitment for about 2 years, that would look like about $5,000 in an additional sign-on bonus for them.
Wow, this is really good money that you're offering at New Oakland Family Centers. Job seekers, I want you, if you are an individual that wants to apply for this position, I want you to reach out to newoakland.org right this moment. And I want you to apply. Now, just to get a little idea, what are you looking for these candidates to have? Is there any experience that you're looking for them to have? Any degrees, any certifications? What would the perfect candidate need to have for these positions?
Yeah, so a clinical therapist would be required to have a master's degree and an active clinical license in the state of Michigan in either social work, counseling, or psychology. Experience working with consumers in the mental health field is preferred, but we are more than welcome to take entry level, or rather new graduates that have just finished their master's program, and they can come on board with us and start gaining their experience right with New Oakland.
Alrighty, so if you have a master's degree and you're watching this podcast right this moment, and this is exciting because you're going to take someone that does not have any experience whatsoever as a clinical therapist, and you're going to show them how to do that. Is that correct?
That is correct.
This is exciting. Already, viewers, you heard the marching orders. The marching orders are to apply right this moment. So, if you know someone that's just recently graduated from college, or you know someone that does have a master's degree and they would qualify for this program, this is your opportunity to help someone else. I would like for you to share this podcast right this moment on your social media platform so that we can get people employed right here in the state of Michigan. And as you know, this is always our goal, to get job seekers employed right here in the state of Michigan. And one more time, Joey Ryan, how can an individual apply for this position today?
They can go right on our website, newoakland.org, find the position that interests them most, or multiple positions, and apply to as many as they'd like, and then we will reach out to them directly.
Wonderful. Now, if I was a person that was very interested in a position at your company, and I really, really, I want to stand out. I want to be better than the other candidates, okay? How exactly would I be able to stand out? What kind of keywords are you looking for in my resume so that I go through the applicant tracking database really fast? And I'll explain to job seekers one more time exactly what an applicant tracking database is. It is a database that really, it screens your resume and it looks for keywords that are relevant to the position that you're applying for. So an example is therapist and clinical, but what are some other keywords that you are looking for in a resume to make you want to reach out to that person?
Great question. So, quite often people end up leaving their clinical license or their program type that they went through off their resume. And we really like to search for license types like LMSW or social worker, LPC, counselor, psychologist, LP, things like that. Also, behavioral health, mental health, group therapy, individual therapy, outpatient therapy. Those are keywords that we definitely look for quite often.
Absolutely. And job seekers, I want to encourage you as well as to not abbreviate as well. I want you to include the full spelling of your license, but also the abbreviation as well. Because again, when you're doing a keyword search, you might type in the full behavior health, or you might type in the abbreviation that someone may use for behavior health as well. So you don't want to eliminate yourself from this job opportunity because you have not included the proper information on your resume as well. Well, what are some other key pointers that you feel that people could add to their resume to grab your attention?
So, specifically for newer grads, sometimes they leave off the experience they've gained during their internships or practicums. And that is really great, relevant experience. And even though they're not technically licensed yet or finished with their program, it's still great experience to have and to showcase for us to see. So, adding that internship experience, adding that practicum experience is definitely great. I always like to see education at the top, even if you haven't finished a program. Listing where you're at with that or the estimated graduation date is always a great idea.
Joey, I'm so glad that you finally solidified exactly what I have said many, many times here because I have said to many of our viewers, put your resume, your education at the top of your resume. You have worked so hard for your education. Why do you tuck it at the bottom after your work experience? Put your resume, your information about your education, any training programs, any certifications that you've received, put it at the top of your resume. Make it the highlight and the focal point. Now, job seekers, this is more of a reason here because this company is asking that if you have a master's degree to put your information on your resume that you have a master's degree. So this is more important that you do put your education at the top of your resume as well. In addition to that, as I have said many times before, internships, put that information on your resume. That shows that you have relevant experience as well. In addition to that, job seekers, I am going to encourage you as well to look at externships as well. If you can get an externship is a short term opportunity for you to get the career experience that you need. So, an externship at a company can also be added to your resume as well. And this is another thing that you can add to your resume is volunteer experience as well. I'm not talking about general volunteering. I'm talking about volunteering that is relevant to the position that you're applying for. So if you volunteered as a clinical therapist or you've volunteered in behavior health, place that volunteer work experience at the very top of your resume as well if you don't actually have work experience. So you have externship experience, volunteer experience, and you also have internship experience. Place that information on your resume as well. So I have one more question for you because I say this all the time. Why are job seekers overlooked sometimes? Why do you think that sometimes their resumes get overlooked?
So I would say, of course, the education component, maybe it's not listed or hidden at the bottom. Like you said, showcase it. We want to see that. Also, if there is not a lot correct contact information, that one definitely does happen sometimes. I always recommend putting your email, your phone number, any type of way that we can contact you. So maybe if you don't get our email, we can call you or vice versa. Also, not listing enough information or maybe even too much information. We don't need a whole essay, but we do want to see what you did at these different positions. So just putting where you were employed and not listing the job duties can do someone a disservice because we want to see what things they were doing there. So we might potentially overlook something like that if we don't think they have that relevant experience.
Well, you're not just hearing it from the job doctor, you're actually hearing it from the recruiter, everyone. Okay. So taking these pointers and listening to what Joey Ryan is saying is going to make you stand out. It's going to make your resume stand out. And as I have said many times before, not having your contact information is your home telephone number, your cell phone telephone number, and a valid email address. I must say, remove your personal email address and create yourself a personal email address. Your first and last name is your email address that you would like to have, or something that's very similar, not anything too long that's going to allow for mistakes when Joey is going to email you, but something that's very basic. Your first and last name always works perfectly as an email address as well. I also want to encourage you to remove anything that's not relevant to the position. Just like Joey said, we don't need an essay. She doesn't need an essay of all the positions that you have ever worked at. She just needs to know exactly what positions are related to the positions that she has available. Joey, one more time for individuals that are excited about working with you and they've taken down those pointers and tips that you've provided. What are the three job titles that you have available?
Our intensive crisis stabilization therapist, or ICS therapist for short, our outpatient therapist, and our partial hospitalization program therapist, or PHP therapist for short.
Or PHP therapist for short. And then also one of the keywords titles that you can add if you have entry level experience or you have experience, you can put experienced clinical therapist, right?
Absolutely. We love to see that.
or entry level clinical therapist. And what I mean, job seekers, is I'm explaining to you one more time at the very top of your resume, after your name, your address, your contact information, let Joey know exactly who you are and what this resume is about. If you are an experienced or an entry level clinical therapist, or you have the experience or your entry level in any of the titles that Miss Joey has just mentioned, then you are going to add that to the top of your resume, and then you're going to add the content that's related to your experience, how long you've been doing it, or whatever it may be. So add a title to the top of your resume. So if I'm going to send my resume over, it's going to say experienced clinical therapist, or it's going to say the actual position that is available right this moment. And then I'm going to proceed to list the experience that I have that is relevant to the position that she's applying for. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on the Michigan Hired podcast. Now, there are people that are excited about this position because I can see in our chat right this moment, people are talking about it and they have questions. And so they're going to be reaching out to you. How can a person apply for a position with your company? But then for those people that are watching the podcast right now that are chatting, how can they reach you directly today?
They can email me directly at jryan@newoakland.org. We do also have an employment email, employment@newoakland.org.
Employment@newoakland.org. So if you want to send your resume right now, okay, so you've taken out your laptop, and for the person that is excited and their hands are moving a little fast right now, what is that email address one more time? It's a secret email address. I don't know this one. What is the secret email address?
Absolutely. It's J Ryan, which is J as in jump rope, R as in red, Y as in yellow, A as in apple, N as in Nancy at newoakland.org, or employment@newoakland.org.
Well, I want to thank you so much, Joey Ryan, for being on the Michigan Hired podcast. I am excited about this job opportunity that we have right here in the great state of Michigan. And I want our job seekers to apply immediately. Don't delay just because the holiday weekend is coming up. I don't want you to delay and think I'll apply next week. I want you to apply now because Joey Ryan is waiting for your resume right this moment. And we want you to get a new position with New Oakland Family Centers. Job seekers, don't forget we have an upcoming career fair event, so make sure you visit our website at JobFairGiant.com. That's JobFairGiant.com to find out about the next upcoming career fair event that's taking place in your area. Please visit the website of New Oakland Family Centers right this moment. And Joey, just one more time, what are those three positions that you have available?
Clinical outpatient therapist, partial hospitalization program therapist, and our intensive crisis stabilization therapist.
And if we were not already excited about the positions, we want to be excited about the signing bonuses. What were those signing bonuses one more time for people that need some extra money? Because those signing bonuses can be some extra money in your pocket. What are those bonuses?
Absolutely. So for a 1 year commitment, you'd be looking at $2,500. And for a 2 year commitment, it would be $5,000.
Well, let's get there. And I want you to get that money, job seekers. You know, I'm always about the money, but I'm always about you being with a stable company and a company that has great opportunities that are available. I want to thank you so much for coming on the Michigan Hire podcast today.
Thank you so much for having me.
And for the chat, for the individuals that are in our chat box right this moment, they're excited about the hiring bonus. They haven't heard of any hiring incentives in this industry, and so they are very excited about those bonuses. And so we encourage you right now, job seekers, to get online and apply for those positions, but also send your resume directly to Joey Ryan as well. And job seekers, what I'm telling you is to do two things. I'm saying I want you to apply online, and then I also want you to send your resume directly to Ms. Ryan as well. And then I want you to follow up. As I've always said to you, do not set your resume into the system and forget it. Set it and forget it in the oven, it burns. Okay. So you have to check on your resume. If you don't check on your resume, then another job seeker is going to call Ms. Ryan and check on their resume. And how do you check on your resume? It is very simple. You just give the company a call, you ask for Joey Ryan. You have a live person right here, a live recruiter that is excited about talking to you if you meet the qualifications for the position. Do not just wait for Miss Ryan to give you a call. Give Miss Ryan a call. Let her know that you have applied online and you've also emailed your resume and you want to check the status of your resume because you are, my favorite word, very interested in the position. That is the key word of the day. I am very interested in the position and I like to meet with you in regards to that position. What have you just did? Like I've always told you, job seekers, you're setting your own interview. If you reach out to a recruiter and let them know that you are very interested in the position and you would like to meet for to discuss the position, you have set your own interview. It's nothing wrong with being excited about a job opportunity, job seekers. Nothing wrong with it. I want to thank you again, Joey Ryan with New Oakland Family Centers, for being on the Michigan Hired podcast. Job seekers, thank you for watching today's episode. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.